This video will explain the math behind the examples, so that you will gain a greater understanding of why the examples work out. So let's get started now on MathCat. 3, 2, 1. Another kind of one-step equation involves squared and square roots. If we said x squared equals 16, the operation of squaring a number is undone with the square root of a number. So here we're squaring x equals 16. So to get x by itself on this side of the equation, we want to undo squared, and we undo squared with the square root. And the square root symbol kind of looks like a division with a little hook on it. So underneath we have x squared, the square root of x squared equals, now since we've taken the square root of this side of the equation, to keep the equation true we've got to take the square root of this side of the equation. So the square root of x squared equals the square root of 16. The square root of x squared is simply x, because square root undoes squared, so we're left with the x. Over here the square root of 16 is plus or minus 4. So we end up with two answers for our equation, because 4 times 4 equals 16 and minus 4 times minus 4 equals 16. So when we're taking square roots and the square root is an even number, in this case it's the second root, we're going to end up with an answer that's both positive and negative, or we're going to end up with two answers. Let's solve this equation. The square root of x equals 9. In order to get x by itself on this side of the equation, we have to undo the square root. Well, we undo the square root by squaring the number. So we have the square root of x squared. Now if we square this side of the equation, to keep the equation true, we've got to square this side of the equation. So the square root of x squared equals 9 squared. The square root of x squared is simply x. And over here, 9 squared is 81. So 81 is the answer to our equation. If we put 81 in for x, the square root of 81 is 9. 9 equals 9. So x equals 81 makes the equation true for the value of x.